I'm sitting here with Charity from Cocoon to Bloom, and I'm going to let her tell you more about her profession and why it's helping so many people who were perhaps unaware before meeting with her and working with her.
At Cocoon to Bloom, we do Craniosacral Fascial Therapy. So I'm Charity, and I started doing this modality about 3.5 years ago. I started out actually as a massage therapist. When my daughter was born, she was the typical colicky baby. Nobody was giving me like root answers. It was just like, oh yeah, she's an angry baby. And I just knew from a nervous system standpoint something was off. And I did massage with her, which was great, but it wasn't getting to the nervous system. And so I just kept trying to like find answers for her. She also started sucking her thumb pretty early on, which I've now learned has a lot to do with if our tongue isn't coming up, hitting and activating that vagus nerve, it's not helping our body go into rest and digest. So we naturally need that, which is why breathing is huge and why if we're mouth breathers, we need to be able to address that even from a really young age, like this age. Yet we're not often told any root cause answers. I'd already done fascial work, so it was just kind of like that piece of the puzzle that clicked. And over doing it for the last 3.5 years, I can say I've seen more changes with that particular modality than I ever saw with massage. And I still love massage, but CFT is one of those root foundational pieces that we aren't addressing the fascia, just addressing the muscular system. Your fascia is going to continue to pull against that. And so that's why it's not really getting to everything. Because fascia is all throughout our body, I often think of it as like a piece of saran wrap across our body. So if it's all interconnected, it has different planes of it, but it's all interconnected. It's really strong. When it pulls in one direction, let's say like at birth, if our baby birthed really quickly and they have tension up at the neck, think of saran wrap. It's like a ball of tension at the neck,
Right.
like a ball of saran wrap. So if we just dig in and just massage it, that can actually tighten things more within the fascia. If we try to stretch it, that doesn't unwind or saran wrap either. So where the word unwinding kind of comes in is we go in and we help unwind that fascial tension so we have more slack to the body, which then our cerebral spinal fluid can actually flow optimally through our body because our cerebral spinal fluid flows in and out of the fascia. It ebbs and flows. So it's pretty necessary for our central nervous system.
Yes.
So that's why I was so excited to meet with you today, because obviously that is a huge connection with autoimmune as well.
Absolutely.
And it makes me wonder, are these things actually starting at birth? Going back to infancy and what that looks like if we got to more root cause, then
Oh, absolutely. It would be
where
make
we
a
would
huge
be,
difference.
right?
Huge difference. And our healthcare system doesn't keep us aware of our options
Right.
with all of this. And so I'm really so glad to bring awareness to this today with you, the expert, because this is something that one could treat themselves to like a massage with a deeper healing experience and effect and result from. So I'm always about getting to the root, no gimmicks, getting right to the root cause, not wasting money and time, and getting well, feeling well, and living your most vibrant life. And I think that this is a total puzzle piece to that whole.
I agree. There's a couple clients I'll still massage, but I have them do CFT first because I just really feel like foundationally, if we don't address that, then those other pieces don't work as well. But it doesn't mean that there's not other therapies that our body might need. It's definitely, sometimes we do need other pieces. And I think that's hard to understand too, especially if we're dealing with older kids, addressing older kids, or if we're talking about an adult who maybe mouth breathes. Yes, we want to do CFT to help unwind everything, to help our nervous system, to help us come out of fight or flight. But there might be other pieces of the puzzle that we still need to address. So it all comes together. And I think that modern medicine has really put a damper on, we're so used to one thing is the answer. This one medicine can fix everything.
This one pill. So this is good for every human of every age, including little ones.
I love to be able to get my hands on, really, if I could do prenatal, which we do, but more people are learning the benefits of that. But just helping even like prenatally, what that can do in utero for a baby and for mom. The diet connection is so important. But I think if we didn't have so much tension within our body, within our diaphragm, we can help open that up, help our anxiety, our breathing. It helps them so much. And then obviously getting my hands on infants, sometimes it's like 24 hours old, is just, it's awesome to have that from the beginning. And you're really helping mom and baby and the mental health there and the dyad there. But I kind of think that all birth is traumatic. It doesn't mean that something terrible had to happen. I just think it's really hard on the body, and that's okay. But we don't necessarily live in a society where it's now common to support and be like this community and support our moms like we came from and we were meant to, in that like tribe sort of feeling. So I know, see, you agree.
So what would be some body signs for someone to realize that this work would be beneficial for them?
I'm going to start with babies. A couple of signs with babies: if you see a lot of arching, you see a lot of struggles during tummy time, they just hate it, they hate the car seat. If you're dealing with shallow latch, constipation issues, or mouth breathing, whether it's a baby, a kid, or an adult, there might be some other things that you need in there as well, but definitely starting with body work. With older kids, we see a lot of kids that were the colicky baby, quote unquote, that are now turning into the tantrum child. And a lot of it is nervous system related, so helping their nervous system. So if we're seeing a lot of tantrums, that would be big. And then let's say teens, that can be same thing as they're going through puberty. If they're bedwetting and you've got an older kid bedwetting, there could be some stuck primitive reflexes, which can be held by tight fascia, and obviously helping their nervous system. And then a lot of adults, if you're mouth breathing, snoring, getting a lot of headaches, migraines, or you're dealing with a lot of anxiety. That's a lot, but those are some key things I would say that you need some CFT or body work.
Find Charity on Instagram, Cocoon to Bloom. Thank you so much for coming.